Peace and love. I have a very fun video today, but at least it's fun to me. I wanted to go through my Lenormand collection for you guys so you can kind of see some of my decks. And so, let me pull some of these over. We'll go through my collection and I'll pull the cards out so that and I have more than this, but these are just the ones I have in my little bags. We'll go through some of them, just look at some of the cards, just to see my collection. It's not as large as my Oracle and tarot, but it's still substantial for me. And so let's see what we have. I have my tea with me. It's a snow day for me here in Richmond, Virginia, so I'm excited about that. And so we'll see what we have. All right, so let's get started. I hope you are doing well. I'm going to start with my most cherished ones, my most cherished Lenormand decks. And it's these two right here. I'm going to show them to you. Put everything to the side. I'll grab them. So these ones here, these ones are special to me because I made them. And so if you go on makeplayingcards.com, and I'll put the link down there for you, you can actually just make your own decks. And so this is artwork that I found on the internet. I made these many years ago. They are in very rough shape. And unfortunately, they get rid of the files on makeplayingcards.com. And I didn't know that. I went back to order these again to freshen them up, and they are gone. So I'm going to have to figure out a way to maybe create them again. But this is my brass Lenormand, and this one is silver. So I use these ones the most. They're the most special to me because I made them. All right, so no numbers on it. It's just the symbols for me. So this is the woman, the stork, and I'll just do a few, and they are rough. The ship, because I have used them. The heart. Let's just get through some. The coffin. The ring. Fish. This is the rider. The man. And the whole reason for this was obviously wanting cards with more of a African or Black energy. Let's see, we have the bouquet, the child, the baobab tree. This is the tree and tower. So the house, one of my favorites. I'm gonna have to maybe find these pictures again and recreate it in a different texture. This one is just a glossy. I would love to have this in maybe a linen finish, but at the time when I made it, I should have ordered two different types and I didn't. This is the playing card size, but this is one of my favorites, most cherished decks. The other one I made not too long after that. This is my silver version, and then this is the back with the mud cloth, the pink mud cloth. On the back here we have the Moroccan textiles in the back. And then this is the child from this deck. So this is the same, obviously the stork, just in different colors. We have the coffin, the Ethiopian cross, the sun, the scythe. I thought that was beautiful. I found a necklace, the house, and then let's see here, the heart, the man. This is the rider for me in this deck, and I've used this one on this channel. I've used both of them, and then this is the woman in this particular deck. So absolutely beautiful. This is these are my two most cherished decks. Another one that's extremely special to me, very important because it was sent to me by one of my spiritual friends, Precious, and she follows me here she found me here on YouTube, on my other channel, The Compassionate Oracle. And she sent this to me not too long ago. I did an unboxing video of this on my other channel, and I'll put that in the description box. But this is the Grandma Baby's Black and Gold Lenormand. This one is extremely beautiful. Let's take a look together. One moment. And I'm going to put her website down below. I'm going to put her website down below so that you can check out her decks. She has other offerings other than this one. But this is the black and gold Lenormand, and it's beautiful. She used archival footage for this. So we have the anchor. And so dealing with the black experience, the fish, the heart, ship. And I'm not going to go through all of them, but these are beautiful cards. So much meaning in these. I love this one. This is you. You know, you read this as a reflection of the self, the sun. And underneath each card, you have information about the actual photograph. So this one says from Detroit, Michigan, Negro father and child, 1942 by Arthur S. Siegel, retrieved from the Library of Congress. And so research went into putting this beautiful deck together. We have the key. Lenormand is beautiful. It's a beautiful divination tool because it can be read in a very simple fashion. But I read Lenormand a little bit differently. I have my own way of reading it because I read the symbology of the actual card, but I also take on the meaning and the stories of placement. And that's a part of all Lenormand readings, the placement. But for me, it's not going to be a quick reading. You can go back and look at some of my readings. They all have rich stories with them. So it can be either one. It can be just a quick sentence, a quick interpretation, or that quick interpretation can turn into a story. It just depends upon how you like to read. Cards like this allow you to, it's no other way than to look at the story of it, than to create the story based on the energy of the cards. But people tend to gravitate towards Lenormand because they don't have to go so deep like they would do with the tarot. But I go deep no matter what. It's just my nature. But the broom here, testimony. So this one has some extra cards in it as well. This is the writer in this deck. But I mean, if you read, you read how, you know, what's best for you as a reader. Well, how are you comfortable reading, you know? And so that's the beautiful thing about divination. We read based on who we are. So these are my most cherished decks here. All right, I'm going to put these ones to the side. And I guess what I was saying earlier, I don't know if there's a right or wrong. If you are able to gain any information from it, then that's right. Not for beginners. Let's look at this one. So I recently did readings for this month on this channel using this deck and the tarot that goes with it. But this is the Egyptian Lenormand. Let me see, we have the author on here. Julia Massaglia and Riccardo Mignetti. This is a beautiful Lenormand deck. The interesting thing about these Lenormand decks they're coming out with, and this is Los Scarabeo, they're huge. And so if you're used to doing Lenormands where you want to lay down 9 cards, you can still do it if you have enough table space. But for the most part, yeah, they're a little bit harder to work with. And if you're doing something like a grand tableau, it's impossible, to be quite honest. That's not the only thing that's wrong with this deck. I still love it. I still will always use it because I love the imagery. Let's look at some of the images. So this is the woman here. Absolutely beautiful. This is the key. And the tarot that goes with this is also very beautiful. The fish. The tower. The clouds. The anchor. So let's see, and that's the man. This, because we don't have we don't have the actual words on here telling us that you have to understand the symbols. I'm not really familiar. I don't do that well with the numbers. That's just me. I'm not a numbers person. So I just read based on the symbols. The same thing for tarot. I read tarot. I love it. But I'm not really that great with remembering the major arcana numbers. It's just not, it doesn't stick in my brain like it does for some people. So the images have to match up for me. I love this deck though. This one is the bear in this deck, but it's not really for beginners. This is the book because there's certain cards that to me are the same as others. This is the clover, which that one's not bad. What is it? I've gotten the book confused with the letter. Let's see. It's two in particular. This is the cross, and this one. This one here, the lilies. This is the heart. But it's the lilies for me that messed me up in this deck. Because they both are lilies, you know? But this is the bouquet because the way she's carrying it. And this is the lilies. But these are water lilies to me. So you kind of just have to know your numbers or just, you know, really pay attention to the imagery. And that's not the only one. It's a couple other ones in this deck that you have to really pay attention to them. But this is beautiful. Beautiful deck. Egyptian Lenormand, not the best card stock. They make these huge decks, but then they're really kind of flimsy. Could have been a little more, little sturdier, but I still love them. I will continue to use them. Most whimsical. Let's see. All right, so we have the Dreaming Way Lenormand. We have the Sawyer Lenormand. This one is out of print, but I will put her website, Jamie Sawyer. She does other cards as well. I'll put her website down below because while she doesn't have this one anymore, she has one called the Lino Cut, which is similar to this, but it's just in muted tones or black and white or brown and white. And then the Mystical Lenormand. Don't remember the artist behind this one, but this one is Quan Sheena artwork and then Lynn Arajo. So let's see. Yeah, just the title card at the bottom. The ones that I use a lot, they tend to be in bags. This is the lilies. Birds. The fish. And the artist behind this particular Lenormand deck also has a tarot deck as well with similar style. I don't have that one. It's not I like this. That one doesn't really resonate with me, but that's the beautiful thing about Lenormand. It's just a simplistic imagery. The letter, the scythe. Let's see what else we got. The cross, lady, anchor, bear. This one always cracks me up with the lady here and the sardine can with the coffin. I like this ring a lot. Other ones stand out. It's the man in this deck. This is just a fun one. It doesn't make a difference what they look like. For the most part, you're going to read them exactly the same. Now, I will say that I'm going to read this one differently than the Grandma Babies, the black and gold, because the imagery on that is not traditional. So, you know, it's more of an open interpretation for me when it comes to that one. But these ones are pretty much set. And so you'll read these. You know, that's why, you know, you don't have to have a huge Lenormand collection. Same thing with tarot, I guess, you know, because the cards should be somewhat similar. All right, so this is the Jamie Sawyer's, or just called the Sawyer Lenormand. This one I've had it for a very long time. It's not in the best shape, but I still love it. The letter, cross, the bouquet. I just like the artwork in this one. I love the child card in this deck. And I love the lady. This was one of the reasons that I got this one, because I love this image here of the lady, snake, coffin, well done. The fish. She also has a honey, I think a beehive style Lenormand in her shop. I like the anchor there. And then I see the gentleman. So yeah, this one's, I love the ring there, that amethyst ring. A lot of my Lenormand decks have been used heavily, so they're not in the best of shape, but I try to treat my decks with lots of love and care. All right, lady has some luck and success. So if this is you, you're watching, Something beautiful coming in for you, right? Something that you've been working on here with the bear. All right. So let's see. And then this one is a Mystical Lenormand. This creator also has a Kipper deck. I used to own that, but sometimes they come and go in my collection. This one, this is the backs. And let's see the stars for this one. Stork. The woman. Moon. And this one has really unique artwork. They all do. I thought this was really cute. Let's see, can we find the man? I like this tower. The fish. The house. Look at the magpie here with the ring. You have to look in closely on that one. The key. The man in this deck. I've had this one for a while, so the edges are a little frayed. This also is a coffin. I really like this one. The Kipper was nice too. I might get that one back again one day. Let's just see how they look together. Lace them down. Maybe some money coming in for somebody. The fish for me speaks of movement, flow, abundance, all that good stuff. A woman has some important information to share, or you have something important to share with others that'll bring about success. Right here with that. Let's see what else we got. Also, we have the Clover again. It's so beautiful things coming in. Some good news, some good luck, happiness. That moon earlier too with the key. Don't be afraid of following your intuition. All right, so just want to lay some of them down. All right, with the mice. So maybe coming out of a difficult period there with the mice card. All right, so these are my whimsical decks. All right, let's see what else we have. I don't really know if I have a category anymore for some of these. I love this one. This is the old style Lenormand. Let's take a look at this. This one also, the writer, the author of this, has the old style Oracle, Alexander Ray. This one is really good. I've done readings on this channel utilizing both of these together. They work well together. It's also a tarot that goes with it, but I don't have that because that one, I don't resonate with that one as much. But this is the bouquet. This one has the playing card associations up there at the top. This is a perfect deck. With the playing card association, the numbers and the actual title, perfect for beginners. This one is, I think. The Rider, Tower, and the illustrations are beautiful in this one. Lily, the Sun. Love this. The Clouds. The Lady. She's interesting to me, her facial expression. The Whips. The Man. I love the child in this one. Let's see any other ones that stick out. I like the coffin as well. This is just a beautiful deck. Also not the best for a grand tableau because, well, this is better than, of course, an Egyptian tarot because you really can't lay all those down. But this one, you can lay down at least a 9 card. You can do more than a 9 card with this. But they're slightly, just a tiny bit bigger. Not much. Let's see. Not much. But the smaller the better when it comes to Lenormand because you're able to lay out more cards. Look at the stars on that. Let's just lay a row out together so we can see what they look like. The ring. The lilies. All right. So some type of commitment from the past will bring some type of success. So this can be on par with what we were saying earlier. So something you've maybe put away or put to the side. Spirit is saying to bring that back out. There might be some success, or there will be some success with that. It's on the bottom. The garden, others will get a chance to see it, or sharing it with others, or finding the right people to share it with, being in the right community, the right space. Also, for some, a new job or commitment can bring peace. The thing about Lenormand, it's each card can have one meaning. It depends upon how you read, or each card can have multiple meanings. You know, so the lilies mean so much to me. The ring, sun, it just really depends upon what I'm seeing. Let's pull one of these out just to see what this is about. Liberation. All right. So something that you're working on, something you're creating. I think this kind of goes along with the reading that we saw earlier. The cards we pulled earlier. Spirit is saying that you'll be liberated. Freedom. Freedom of expression, one way, you know, so whatever you've created, whatever you're working on, just the idea of being able to speak in your own voice and letting that be heard by others, because we have the garden, people being able to experience that, but also committing to yourself and liberating yourself from the chains of the past as well, and moving forward into a new future. Viewing the past in a different way as well with this liberation card. And maybe, because this one talks about being committed to an idea maybe that you've already had and following through with that, right? Spirit is saying that you'll liberate yourself with that. Unicorn. Whatever that energy, whatever that idea, whatever that creation is something that's very unique, and only you have. Only you have that gift, only you have that signature, only you have that, you know, that energy to put out there into the world. So Spirit is saying that honor yourself, honor your uniqueness, your gifts. With a unicorn, that's very rare. You're very rare. Your ideas. But this is one of my favorites. All Lenormand decks should be clear, but this one is a very clear deck. So if you're just getting started with Lenormand, this is a great deck to start with. Another great one to start with is the Celtic Lenormand. These two, let's just look at both of these, because these are wonderful decks. This is the Celtic, they all are wonderful. Celtic Lenormand and the Rana Lenormand. She's a powerhouse when it comes to the field of reading Lenormand. She has 2 books out. She just came out with one that's been updated. I don't have it, but I think it's fantastic. But this Lenormand deck, I've used it so much, it's roughed up. I need to get another copy of it, but I love it. The numbers have worn off of it, but it's still one of my loves. We have 2 ladies in this deck and 2 men. I'm going to pull them out because they both have different energy to me, so I always keep them both in for readings. And then we'll look at some of the others. Where are you? She's probably just at the end. She's waiting for some news to come in. She was looking at the writer. All right, so let's see here. So these are 2 different gentlemen to me, or 2 different energies of the same person. That's why I keep them in. I love these ones, resonate with me the most. This is how I feel on a regular basis, or this is how I want to feel, you know. But in reality, this is where we want to be sometimes as well. This is a different type of success. But I read them totally, the energies are different of this man and woman, so I keep them both in the deck. Sometimes they're different people to me. For me, this is career status, this is promotions, this is moving to a higher level when it comes to your job or your experience, all those things. But I'm not going to, look how lush and how beautiful they look in these cards. Their surroundings, you know, they're living well. So we're not going to discount that they are slumming it, because they're not. But I love this deck because of these cards here. The ones I showed you beforehand, they just have the traditional 36, but these ones, we go into the ones that have extra cards. So we have the heart. I love that beautiful jewelry box. Look at that home. You know, that's certainly where I want to be. The store, just looking for ones that stand out. And you can see, look up at the top, you can see how much I've used them. The gold gilding. I love that shit. It's just come on off. I love the fish in this deck. And this one also has the playing card correspondences at the top. The child. This one is nice. This deck has extra cards, and so this is the work card. Perfect for all your work situations, entrepreneurship, all that stuff. This is kind of like intimacy, sex, relationships. I love this. I love this bedroom, to be quite honest. I don't even need anybody in there with me. I can be in there by myself. This is fantastic. This is spirit. So we'll be talking about our spirit guides. Let's see what other ones. This is clearing. So this is the incense. Spiritual clearing and cleansing, protection. Those energies too with the evil eye. Let's see. I think those are all the extra ones. This is a fantastic deck. And if you are a beginner, this is a good one too because the guidebook is pretty extensive. Lots of information in it as well. From a seasoned, well-known, well-versed Lenormand reader who's the queen of the craft. All right, so let's look at the Celtic Lenormand. This is by Chloe McCracken, but I actually got this because I like the art of Will Worthington, and so that's why I got this deck. But the book for this one is actually really good. This is another one that has extra cards, different energies of the man and woman. I'm going to bring those out. We have 2 different child cards, and we have different birds. I keep them in because they all are different to me. The energies are different. Let's see. We have the female rider. This is a beautiful deck. Look at the birds here. Actually, I said it's, wow, I forgot it's 3. So we'll look at all of those. And we'll look at the 2 women. Oh, this one too. We'll take a quick peek at these. We'll take a quick peek of some of the extras that we had in here. And we have a male. This is the male rider. So we have the female and the male rider. They both are facing different directions. That's why I chose to keep them in the actual deck. Yeah. All right, so, and that's one thing with Lenormand, the placement of the cards, what direction is the woman facing, what direction is the rider facing, the scythe, what is it pointing towards. Those type of things do matter when it comes to reading. Sometimes the faces are stagnant or they just face forward. I mean, that's fine too, but I mean, it just depends. All right, so these are the 2 woman cards. And so perfect if you're doing relationships between, if a lesbian couple doing a reading, that's fine. But also these energies of these women are different to me. So if they are in the same, if they're in the deck, which I keep them in there, I read them differently based on how they come up and what they're near, right? So same woman, different circumstance. Not saying one is better than the other, you know. They both seem to be happy, enjoying life. And this is the same thing for the man card. We have one, of course, more regal, more money, more status. And then we have this person here who's maybe just more of a, you know, working class, but doesn't mean he's not happy and enjoying his life. The 2 children cards, the child. So we have the boy and the girl. So these are nice. And they both can be read differently based on the energies of it and then what they're doing. I know some people don't get into looking at all the other symbology in the cards. They don't read Lenormand that way, but I do. And this is always interesting to me. Look at all these birds. They all are different to me. This is like spirit guides. This is communication with the ancestral realm. This is intuitive messages. So not necessarily things that will come to us through print or through a phone call from a friend, text message, anything like that. These are definitely intuitive messages given to us by spirit. This is the traditional bird card. This to me is gossip whenever I pull this. Because I think about hens in a hen house, you know, clucking around, the idea of them talking about others. And, you know, that's kind of what I get when I pull this one. So all of these bird cards are different to me. So I keep them in. Some people wouldn't do that. They would just pick the one that speaks to them the most. And then this is different as well. This is the snake card. The snake card is not necessarily negative to me. I read it as spiritual transformation. And it definitely stands true with this one. So shedding that old skin, moving up to new heights because we have the angle that the snake is at. So 2 cards, red, different energy. But yeah, this is a beautiful deck. Absolutely beautiful. So for artwork alone, I recommend this one. I think this might be one of the prettiest that I own. And also, the guidebook is really nice for this one. So if you are a beginner, there's lots of information in here. He has the keywords. And so like for the garden, we have community, group, public, audience, gathering, hospitality, occasion, crowds, audience, society, event, party, public relations, club, network, public space, garden, park. So, you know, it's hard to tell somebody, oh, that Lenormand card doesn't mean that. Because really you can assign your own meanings to any cards, but each card has many different meanings, you know. It depends upon how you like to read. They also have the person. So if that comes up, if you're doing a reading as a person, what type of person are they? The garden comes up. Crowd, they like to be around crowds of people. Audience, group, public personality, like to be seen, like to be heard, that type of energy. Description of the card, meaning of the actual card if you get it in a reading. And then the spiritual readings. I'll read this because I think this is nice, a nice addition. At a deeper level, social events give us the opportunity to catch up with friends, to get to know both ourselves and others better. The fire indicates not only the warmth of hospitality, it also speaks of how we change by our interactions with other people. Like a constantly evolving soup, the emotions we feel in the presence of others affect us at every level. I like that. Then the dark and light meanings, spell uses, timing. All right, so autumn equinox on Mabon. This is a second harvest festival in the wheel. Time for transformations. Affirmation, I enjoy the time spent with others. And then the deities. So we have, I mean, this is, so if you, the Celtic deities, because it's the Celtic Lenormand. So if you are interested in Lenormand, you want to get started with it, this is a great book. To be quite honest, I need to go back and spend some more time with that book. It's really good. All right, let's see what else we have. Most extensive when it comes to the amount of cards. This is a maybe Lenormand. Cannot think of his name right now. But this one has 52 cards. I have used it so much it's extremely roughed up. But let's look at some of them. So we have the Clover, the Book, the Cupid. So this is a new card. This is like a celebration card in this deck. Card number 41. So these are some of the additions. We have the bouquet, the mice, the clouds, the cat in this one. So not the dog, but the cat. I read those are different energies. The rest of these we know. Let's see if we can, here's the dog. Let's see if we can find some. I love this tower. Let's see. I love this fox as well. Because this is like the sly fox energy, the trickster. But for me, the fox is positive. Positive. It can be negative as well, depending upon what's surrounding it. Let's see. This one here, the lightning bolt. I took one out. I think it could have been the mirror shattering. I can't remember exactly which one it was. I'll see if I see it, then I'll know. This one for romance here, poetry, those type of things. But the rose. Let's see. Money matters with the safe. The pig, abundance. At least that's how I read it. Illness. I love this one. High honors. Yeah, it was a mirror shattering. I actually took that one out the deck because I have a habit, Spirit has a habit of giving me certain, if I don't like a card or if I'm not understanding why I keep getting a card, I always get it. And so I would always get that card of the mirror shattering. And I'm just like, okay. So I had to pull that one out because it was overdoing it. But it still just hit me with this one. Because I pulled that one out, then anytime I do a reading, I always get, where are you? I always get this one, but this is not necessarily bad. This can be sudden. Things coming suddenly. Let's see. Yeah, I had to pull that one out. But I love this deck, though. I've used it so much. It's rough on the sides. If you all can see, it's kind of a little grimy, but eventually I'll get a new copy of this one. I think I'm going to get a new copy because I really enjoy this one. It adds so much to the readings. And it's not too bulky. Oh yeah, this is one of the new ones. This is This is Spirit to me. This is Psychic Vision. All right, so pay attention to any visions that you might have, spiritual communication that you might have that can lead you in a new direction. So Spirit is saying, and this might be going back to what we were talking about earlier. Let's see. We had the mice come up early as well. So coming out of a period of loss and lack, maybe having financial challenges. This doesn't just deal with finances for me too. This is being weighed on. So stressed out situations in life that leave us a little bit depleted. So kind of like the Five of Wands energy. Any of the fives in the tarot, it makes me think of the mice. So loss of physical, but also loss of physical things that you can hold, but also the physical body. Being around difficult people as well with this worrisome energy. Spirit is saying that follow your intuition, follow those messages that you have, and so you can move yourself into a new direction. Be confident as you move in a new direction as well. All right, let's see. We're almost done. I think we are done. All right, so let's look at some honorable mentions. Not the Norman decks. Everyday Oracle. Sibila Oracle. The Vera Sibila Oracle. I've had so many different iterations of this deck, and I move on from them and I let them go because I love this deck. I love the images. I've had at least 4 different. If you've seen it, I've had it. I love this deck, and then I don't. It's a love hate. I want to use the word hate. Love dislike energy, because this deck can lean extremely negative. So you have to really. This is Amore. Belvedere. So you, Prigione. This is obviously somebody that's not able to get out of a situation. Let's look at some dealing with false people, people wearing masks, despair. This is loyalty, being this fidelity, arrogance, superbia. Also can be beauty with that. Doesn't have to be negative. Beautiful young woman, independent woman. This is the priest. Spiritual matters with that one. The house, longing for something you don't have. I mean, it's just the lover, the wife, the illness. You just have to be careful with this deck. That's what I really can say about it. I would be careful with it because the messages is always a drama. This is like even when I read for myself, and I'm talking about I'm a low drama person. At least I feel like I'm low drama. I don't have anything going on. I don't have any lovers. Like I don't have any of these crazy situations. But sometimes when I pull these cards to me, I'm like, what the heck is going on? It's like, is this Young and Restless? Because my life, I'm going to work and coming home. So tell me something that I don't know because I don't see it. But anytime I lay these cards down for me, the thing about these cards, and not just these, but all of them, we're dealing with other people throughout the day. And if we're connected to them energetically, especially in certain instances, then we get their stories too. It really just depends. But even if I'm asking them for my story, I'm just like, what are you all talking about? Let's see. So these cards are wonderful, but I use them with caution, friends. Use them with caution. And I'm not a rainbow and sunshine reader. I read, the light as well as the dark. I love working with shadow energy. And, shadow to me is powerful because we all have it. It shouldn't be hidden. But I just feel like this one takes you too deep. Look at this. Oh, my gosh. So here we have the Mercante. So this is the idea of waiting for your ships to come in, maybe business dealings, money to come in, something that you've been working on, an idea, business venture, not seeing it or needing patience when it comes to that, that's fine because I can relate to my spiritual work of this channel. Spirit is saying eventually things might turn around with that. But then I look at this one here. This can be the state of the world right now. Sadness, dealing with falseness, false people. It's causing illness. Causing illness. I don't know. This is also giving me the idea of resting the body too. Moving away or turning your back away from these energies of being sad, of dealing with false people, and spending time with yourself healing with the dottore. Because this is a healer here with the doctor. Also, I get this too, for some, if it goes back to the reading we were doing earlier, some of us, the business, because this is mercante, this is the idea of what you can create, this is entrepreneurship. Some of us are in the business of healing others here. We're in the business of being able to tune into sadness of others. We're able to see falseness. We saw the eye come up early, so the idea of sight. So some of us have true sight or sight when it comes to dealing with others. And that is our gift here as a healer. So that can be there. Moving on from things from the past, right, that might have brought us sadness. Letting those things go. For some of us, it's keeping us from, we're not able to move forward because we're holding on to that energy. By holding on to that energy, we're not able to access these gifts here and that healing that's there for us, that's given to us or that's available to us because we're looking in the wrong direction. Spirit is also telling me with this here, don't allow yourself to fall into sadness where you create, what's the word? Where you allow yourself to be the victim too much, right? You're not healing in that way. So if we're experiencing sadness, we're experiencing downtime in our life where things aren't happening the way we want them to. If we're waiting for our ships to come in, they're not moving fast. We're in this period of non-movement, hangman energy. We saw the mice come out twice with the Lenormand readings. So maybe we're waiting for finances to change. Maybe we're waiting for a business opportunity to bring about flow and movement, abundance. Spirit is saying don't stay in the energy of lack here. That's not the key. The key is moving towards healing the self, right? Opening ourselves up for these gifts. This also makes me think of the career that we were talking about earlier. This is a person looking out, looking into the future here, seeing things in the distance, friends and people that we love, people that we care about that are going through difficult times. So making sure that we're caring for ourselves and we're caring for others, that can be the work that we're talking about. So, I mean, I guess it doesn't have to always be negative, but sometimes when I pull these out, I'm just like, what are you all talking about? What's going on here? That's the Everyday Oracle. And then these ones, same creator as the Black and Gold Lenormand. I think these are called the Baby Blues. It doesn't have the name on the actual box, but these are playing cards. Billie Holiday. So similar as the Black and Gold Lenormand, the Grandma Babies Apothecary, we have the archival photos. This is looks like tobacco leaf. So still going with the black experience on these. Looks like a corn harvest. Queen of Cups, Queen of Hearts. And then these are beautiful. Sometimes we have some psalms in here. This is a gorgeous deck. And like I said, I'll link these below. Look at the crow there. The Ace of Spades. All right. I just have 2 more to show you and then we're done. I don't know how long this video is, man. I feel like I've been talking forever. I haven't even had a sip of my tea. So these are just my 2 playing cards. Bicycle, Stargazer, New Moon. Nothing special here. But I read with these as well. I might start doing more of that on this channel. Pulling these out. But I like these a lot. And then these ones belong to my grandmother. She's no longer, she's in the spirit realm. She didn't read cards, but she had these, and so I have them now. Nice and big, you know? So that's it. This is the last thing I'm going to show because I'll do a separate video on this. My spiritual friend that sent me the grandma babies, Apothecary. Let's see. She recently sent me some more love mail, and this is the Amor. What is the name of it? It has a name. Oh, the Grandma Babies Love Conjure cards. I'm not going to open them up because I'll do another video with that. But it says, there's a song in her heart. And this was a limited edition deck. And this is number 62 out of 150. What I'm going to do is like I said, I'm going to put the her website at the bottom. I like this, Victory. Ain't no grave gonna hold this body down. I love that. And so I'm eagerly waiting. I'm so excited to get into this to see how these 2 play off each other. But that's it. Hope you enjoyed spending some time with me today looking through my decks. And I know this is a long video. I tend to be somewhat long-winded. If you like my videos or if you like this video, consider giving it a like. Look at some of my Lenormand readings on this channel. I'll link my other channel below as well. And hopefully this won't be the last time that you visit with me. And we'll see each other again. All right. Take care. Peace.